All right, how is everyone doing? I hope you're having an excellent Monday. That is, if anyone's watching, because this is kind of in the middle of a Monday, and I feel like most people might be in school, at work, or whatever. But I actually have a day off today, so other last night, they finished like developing all like the rework stuff, I think. So now today's just like gonna be like a little bit of playtesting, like just to see how everything feels. To see if anything is like too overpowered or like needs like some balancing, like stuff like that. So this stream probably won't be a whole lot of like coding. It's probably just gonna be me like playing on the development server, just seeing how everything feels, and then maybe going in and like tweaking some values if anything seems off. Just gonna turn the music down a little. All right, so I might as well show what it looks like now. I don't know if it's really changed a whole lot since I last streamed, but so I currently set myself to prestige 4, just so that I could look at skills, because I did have to change one of the skills. The LinkedIn profile skill, that kind of like had to change because that feature got scrapped in the process of the rework, so something else had to go in place of it. So if I pull up skills, you can see that it's using the same item, like the totem of Undying, but now in place of it we have contract insurance. So as I mentioned before in previous streams, now with contracts, if you want a higher payout, that means you have less time to complete it and you have to deposit a little. So say you fail or cancel the contract, normally you will lose all of your deposit. However, with this skill, it would allow you to get a percentage back. Even at the max, you won't get everything back. Like there still has to be some form of punishment. But the first tier gives you 10%, the second's 25, the third being 50, and then the last one being 80. So it goes up to 80% of that deposit you can get back. So they say you fail or cancel something, not only would you get most of your cash back, but you would also be able to convert all of your items into like actual, you know, items in your inventory instead of it just being in the pouch. And I think there's still room for other contract skills, or maybe like some kind of mastery system where that you're able to kind of like recover some of your losses. I was thinking for one of the skills, it could even give you like a percentage of the payment if you completed like some of the items already, or like having it that if you get all the items in the pouch, it automatically completes it for you instead of having to remember to go in and complete it yourself. Like just like stuff like that, that I feel like are good options for like some more skills, because this side of the skill tree is kind of lacking. It just stops here. There's something else I did that I haven't really talked about before, is I increased the max balance you can have. So before, it would actually be the same amount as the prestige cost. So what would happen is you would get to that maximum your prestige and lose all of your money. However, now the maximum is 25% higher than the prestige cost. So say I try giving myself like just a ton of money, like way past the maximum. It'll send me over to the maximum, which ends up being, at least for prestige 4, 28,125, which is 25% more than the prestige cost. So now when I go to prestige, so say I set my XP level to 50. So now I'm eligible to prestige. So if I click here, I changed this confirm the message to say, hey, you'll be sent back to player level 1. You'll have a new inventory, and then you'll be subtracted the prestige cost instead of you just being set to 0. So now if I click confirm, it'll do like the prestige animation thing. And so I still actually have some of my balance here. It's not all gone. And also, yes, there are tags at certain prestige milestones. So your first one is actually the Hermit tag at prestige 5, which I think only one person has gotten before. I feel like I might have to add some more for the earlier levels, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. So actually, let me get rid of that permission because I really don't need that. And then let me set my prestige level back to 0, which I think is going to mess up the scoreboard a little. Yeah. I'm just going to relog real quick because that is going to bother me. Okay. Actually, I don't even know why it's doing that. I might want to look into that afterwards. But yeah, I want to see what contracts feel like at least the very first kind of playthrough before you prestige, just to see how fair it is. That maybe it's too doesn't give as much as I thought it would, or that might be too easy. And something else I was thinking about, now that you're not using items that are already in your inventory, I'm kind of worried what players might think when they get to contracts and it actually doesn't use any of their pre-existing items. But I feel like that might bring some confusion to like, oh, well, what do I use all these items for? Like, just like sitting around my inventory, because like then they'll have to wait until the level 24 in order to actually do anything with them. And so I feel like that might call for a delivery rework of some kind. And the other thing I wanted to work on after this contract rework are like artifacts, which you use your existing items for, maybe even incorporating the delivery system to get like extra benefits for certain kind of the resources that you mine. Either just so that you don't have all these items sitting around that they eventually you just like throw them out and like stuff like that. Like there should be some value to all the items. They shouldn't just be junk that piles up in your inventory. But anyway, I also want to start up the tutorial again, just to make sure all that makes sense. Mainly the contract part. And to see if there's any wording I have to change. So it's pretty much just gonna be me playing through the beginning of like the early game for the server. And hopefully that light, the lightning isn't too loud. Also, oh, I just realized I still have some of my skills. If I go to stats, yep, my skills are still there. Yeah, I'm gonna want to. All right, I have to do this in order to reset them. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep that balance reset now for the resetting skills. I don't know. For now, it's fine. All right. I guess we gotta do that part over again. Because like I saw like the decimal points, I'm like, wait a second, I don't think we should have to worry about that yet. It's so weird the playing at the point again, because I'm so used to like the having max tools the right way that anytime I level up. It's not quite the same at this level. Oh, I'm so glad we got him breaking. It's like the one time I want him breaking. When you're stuck with golden tools. And once we get to level 12, like then we can actually start testing out the contracts. I just kind of want to play through the whole thing, but just because I should just make sure that everything's all good, but also it's kind of addicting. All right, at this point, getting to level 10. Actually, what enchant did we get? Nice. Some efficiency. Alright, then now we gotta focus a little more on the pickaxe. Not sure how many logs we need for this. Definitely less than 18. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, the fishing hook like went really far down for some reason. I don't know why it did that. All right, so here's the contract tutorial message. Okay, so this has to be updated because it's not like you have to wait for it now. So instead you would just click to search for a contract, and then you would pick one of the terms, and since you're just starting out, you would only be able to pick the left one. And then like the task should be something like they search for a contract and select a contract term, or the contract terms, or something like that. But this is definitely going to be a shorter stream. I'm kind of limited to just 1 hour, roughly. So that should be fine for like a little play test. So now we're gonna have a level 10 pickaxe, so then we can stop using oak logs and we can try out a contract. So let's see if the tutorial still proceeds like normal. I think it does. So we select our contract, or they search for one, and then we get these options. Like, so this is new. Once you click on they search for contract, it'll bring up 3 different offers. So at the moment, the first one gives you 5 seconds per block roughly. The payout is reduced to 70% of it, but there's no deposit. So then your second offer is 3 seconds per block with a regular payout. However, you have to deposit 5% of the total contract payout, and so if you don't have enough, it'll tell you can't afford it, and you just can't select it. So then the third offer is currently 2 seconds per block, but this payout is 50% higher, but it also means you have to pay in 15% of the base payout. And so since we're just starting out, we click on the first offer, and say you try to close out of this inventory or you get disconnected or something, by default it'll select this option, like your first offer, which that doesn't require you to pay any kind of deposit or something like that. It'll automatically select this, and it won't start the timer or anything, because that only goes down anytime you're on the server. So we'll click on that first offer, and then it tells us our the time limit and our payout, all that stuff. So let's see how quickly we can do this. So I got efficiency 2, which is technically efficiency 3 for wooden tools. Just so we can see all of our cobblestones going into the pouch instead of our actual inventory. So then we keep on doing this up until it gives us a message saying that it's been filled up. And then in our inventory, or in the pouch, it'll have a check mark other next to the cobblestone blocks. I'm actually gonna have to go over here to get some more spruce wood. Should be enough for now. I don't know why I'm going over to the anvil. All right, so we got the max amount. So now there's a check mark there. If we go over to contracts, we can also see how many we need. And if we try to turn them in, it'll say that we completed this, but we still need a stack and 2 of coal. And I think we're doing well enough on time that we can go over to get some spruce wood. But I know that like when you're doing like 2 seconds per block, you really don't have that much time to spend towards anything else. So you're pretty much just gonna have to really focus on mining the ores you need. All right, so we got the max amount. But I might want to add a sound like that plays, because that the message could probably blend in with others. But now we got everything done in the pouch. So now if I go over to contracts, we still have like 5.5 minutes. And the payout is $109, which isn't really much. But also keep in mind that this payout is only 70% of the base. And really, once you do your first contract, that brings up the option to do the other ones that pay out significantly more. So then it's just a matter of determining if you think you're able to do those fast enough in order to get a better payout. The plus, like, as you're going further into your player levels, it'll be giving you more resources like that you'll need to complete them, which means a higher payout. And once you hit the major player level milestones, you'll get the more or the different kinds of ores that pay out more. So honestly, not too bad for the first one. So if we go ahead and turn that in, takes away our pouch. We get the payout, and then the end of tutorial message comes up. Cool. So looks like all that is working. It's just a matter of me having to change some messages, I think, in the tutorial, just to make it a little more clear about what you're doing now versus what you did then. But it seemed like it still gave plenty of time to complete the first contract. Now, at the same time, my pickaxe had efficiency 2. Like, that means both of my enchants I've unlocked so far were both efficiency. But I think it still would have been possible without any of those efficiency levels to complete the contract in time. Now, maybe I could have made as many stops over to the Spruce Island or like leveling up my tools, but still definitely possible. But 2 seconds a block, I don't think that would work at such an early level. But I think I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream here. I know this is a much shorter stream, but definitely a lot less the headaches trying to figure out what on earth I'm doing. I'm more just testing out like stuff that's already been made and figured out. But I'm not sure when exactly I'm gonna have this update come out. I imagine sometime really soon. It's just gonna be a matter of me playtesting more, like adjusting some values here and there, like just to make sure things aren't too unbalanced when I put these changes out. So if I had to say, it'd probably be a few days from now. But yeah, I hope that any of you watching are excited for this update to come out. I'm pretty excited to see some kind of change that come out on the server at last. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your Monday.